The Chino Hills State Park is located about 30 miles east of Los Angeles, California. It lies almost entirely in the city of Chino Hills, but some of the park does carry over to the city of Yorba Linda. Chino Hills State Park is extremely important as a refuge to many species of California native plants and many animal species, consisting of oaks, sycamores, and rolling grassy hills that stretch nearly 31 miles from the Santa Ana Mountains to the Whittier Hills. The park is located near the intersections of Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. Geologic history. Ranging from 430 feet to 1,780 feet in elevation, the park straddles the north end of the Santa Ana Mountains and the southeast portion of the Puente Chino Hills, which together form the northern end of the Peninsula Ranges in Southern California. This formation interrupts the generally flat Los Angeles basin. The hills are a result of uplift and folding along the Whittier and Chino faults. The Whittier Fault and Chino Fault are two upper branches of the Elsinore Fault Zone, which is part of the trilateral split of the San Andreas Fault System. The faults are right lateral strike-slip faults capable of producing a 6.0 to 7.2 magnitude earthquake, which could cause serious destruction to the populated surrounding cities down below. Native flora. The Chino Hills are located in the California chaparral and woodlands ecoregion. The native plants here are in the chaparral and oak woodland plant communities, with remnant strands of native grasses of California. The predominant native trees are coast live oak, California black walnut, and California sycamore. More famously known for its beautiful array of flowers in the springtime, we will explore a few of these native species. Purple sage, which is normally found throughout Southern California down to Baja California, are generally found in elevations from 100 feet to 2,600 feet above sea level. As a shrub, it tends to reach maximum height of 5 feet and prefers dry open hillsides. Called purple sage for its purple aromatic flowers, these flowers draw insects and birds to feed on the nectar. Purple sage blooms several times a year and is a very hardy plant which is drought tolerant. For that reason, purple sage is one of the favored xeriscaping plants since it requires minimal maintenance and very little water. The bush sunflower. This low and bushy shrub normally reaches a height of 4 feet and is part of the coastal sage scrub and chaparral communities. It is also a plant that does well in coastal bluffs. The plant begins to flower as soon as it has moisture from precipitation. When conditions are right, the plant can bloom year-round with its large yellow flowers. When the temperature gets hot and moisture is limited, the plant will cease its flower production and may even lose some leaves. It, like other plants, is utilized by other species. In this case, certain insects' larvae benefit from its existence. The golden poppy, also known as California's state flower. The flower does well in the western United States from sea level to about 6,500 feet above sea level. Its flowering season is February to September, and its petal colors range from bright yellow to bright orange. Each stem produces one flower, and once the flower has developed, small black or brown seeds in the center of the flower are released when the flower opens. The California poppy does well in distributed areas and also is quick to colonize after a burn. The plant reseeds itself year after year and is drought tolerant. It is among favorites as well for native plants in the park. Now we will discuss the native fauna to the park. This is a bobcat, a member of the cat family. It ranges from northern Mexico to southern Canada and is common in much of the continental United States. The bobcat gets its name by its black stubby or bobtail. It's bigger than a house cat and smaller than a mountain lion. It is quite well adapted to a wide variety of habitat types, including woodlands, chaparral, swampland environments, and semi-desert. The bobcat has even demonstrated the ability to adapt to human encroachment by living on the urban edge when towns and developments border open space, similar to Chino Hills State Park. Within the last years, there has been a concern with the bobcats residing in Chino Hills State Park. Some bobcats have apparently lost their fear of humans and have wandered up to hikers. Though the bobcats are acting in a very non-threatening manner, park staff believe these encounters are caused by some visitors offering the bobcats food in an attempt to get them closer. The southern Pacific rattlesnake is native to the park. They mainly hunt small birds and rodents and kill through a venomous bite. The venom travels through bloodstreams and destroys tissue through swelling, bleeding, and it is intensely painful. Hawks and king snakes tend to be the main predators to the rattlesnake. Its defense mechanism is well known, rattling its tail. The leading cause of snakebite injuries are from rattlesnake bites and cause almost 82% of snakebite fatalities. Baby rattlesnakes are much more venomous than their adult counterparts because they lack the ability to control the amount of venom they release. Rattlesnakes are often killed by residents surrounding the park. This is unnecessary and causes more disruption in the ecosystem. Rattlesnakes eat mice and other rodents. By killing the snakes, those rodents overpopulate and can spread into more urban areas, including all the surrounding homes. And finally, the king of the park, the mountain lion, known as the cat of one color. Mountain lions are found throughout the United States. Mountain lions are North America's largest feline. Also known as cougars, they tend to have a solitary home range, where their territories do not overlap with other cougars' home ranges. The average size of a cougar's home range is approximately 100 square miles for males and between 20 to 60 square miles for females. On average, mountain lions weigh about 120 to 150 pounds and can reach a length of almost 8 feet. They can even run almost as fast as 43 miles per hour. Environmental issues. Studies completed in the 1990s concluded that mountain lions were reaching Chino Hills State Park via a culvert beneath the 91 Riverside Freeway at Cole Canyon. In the year 2000, Cole Canyon was permanently protected as a part of the state park to ensure the cougar had more room to roam throughout the park and was not separated from the larger Santa Ana Mountains ecosystem, where there are thought to be between 30 and 40 cougars residing. The off-ramp and exit were closed to create a safe crossing known as a wildlife corridor for the cougars and create a connection to the Cleveland National Forest. The preservation of Cole Canyon was very significant. It marked the first time in state history that land was purchased for a preservation of a wildlife corridor, and also marked the first time in state history that Caltrans removed the on or off-ramps for a wildlife corridor. Major threats still exist today at the Cole Canyon connection. The creation of additional lines on BNSF's busy Transcon, the expansion of the 91 freeway, an additional development on the Santa Ana River, including, but not limited to, creating flood control concrete channels. As you can see, here we have the wildlife corridor. This is where the old off and on-ramp used to be. This is where mountain lions can cross freely into the park at the southern border. Adding additional lanes to the 91 freeway With these additional lanes added to the 91, the wildlife corridor size greatly shrinks. And also adding additional lines to the BNSF Transcon Railroad line. As we can see, the more lines and lanes we add to these transportation lanes and routes, it definitely damages the development of the wildlife corridor created for these cougars. As you can see, the 91 freeway in red and the BNSF Transcon in orange, these major transportation lines run at the southern border of the park. It's only due to the perseverance of the state park staff, nonprofit groups, and multi-county joint power authorities that the park is what it is today. Things could always change, for better or for worse. The future will tell.